Yesterday, I sold my Algorand stack for the first time, and I want to tell you why. Since the very beginning of this channel, all I've dealt with is Algorand for a blockchain and trying to introduce and onboard people to it Yesterday, for the first time, I've sold some of my Algorand stack. Since the beginning, I have accumulated stacks of other kind, and I've bought and sold in them. But Algorand, I have never sold. It is my baby in the sense that I think it is technically the best chain out there. Oh, and hello, everybody. Ruben from Cooley Labs. However, my confidence was shaken yesterday, not just in Algorand, but in blockchain in general. And for the first time, I went and I sold, not a huge portion, but I think I sold about 15% of my stack for Algo. And it has nothing to do with price. Now, disclaimer, this channel is not ever giving financial advice. If you've ever watched my channel, you know I just do mostly tutorials. But I had a vision the other day of a future where AIs are the agents that interface for us. So when I want to go buy shoes, I don't go to the store. I tell my AI, ChatGPT 10.0, hey, this is the kind of shoes I want. And then it goes and it talks to the shoe store's AI, which is now its customer service. And they interface and it purchases my shoes for me. And in my head, I said, where is blockchain in this? Because this is the type of stuff that AI will be doing. AIs will be interfacing with other AIs and performing all these tasks that we don't want to have to do. And they will have the authorization to perform transactions on our behalf. So what technology are they going to use? Right? Will they use blockchain? And in that vision, I didn't see it. Because why would they? They can use their own technologies. And we have seen how these large multinational companies right now are very eager to get into finance. Now, I've never had an iPhone in my life. I've always been an Android guy. Nothing against Apple. I have a beautiful iPad Pro. I always have a Mac of some sort in the house. But I've never had an iPhone, and for the first time ever, I'm thinking of getting one. Why? Because they offer 4.5% interest on a savings account through JP Morgan Bank. And it's Apple. Other people offer 4.5%, but their name is insert name of internet bank you've never heard of and is going to collapse tomorrow. But I don't feel that way about Apple. Apple to me seems like a trustworthy place where if I put my money in there, they're not going to collapse tomorrow. It's not a scam, right? They say they're going to pay 4.5%. I imagine that they will. And so part of me is like, geez, 4.5%, you put $100,000 in there, you got $4,500 a year for nothing. And you get the convenience of Apple Pay, which I imagine is the same as Android Pay, right? Which I think has revolutionized things. As much as I love blockchain, I think the biggest thing for payment has been Apple and Android Pay. Even my mom now goes to the store, it's just tap, right? You just tap everything and it just works so seamlessly. So what incentives do these companies, these multinational companies that want to get into this system, what do they have to use public decentralized chains? Because remember, let's say they look at Algorand and they're like, you know what? I like the permissionless. I like all these things, the immutability of the blockchain. What would stop them from just forking the Algorand code because it's open source and setting up their own nodes and running it on their own? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then they get to control the direction of the code. They get to control all the validator nodes. Maybe they run it amongst themselves, Apple, Google, Samsung, Amazon, make a consortium. What's to stop this from happening? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. And I'm not saying there is an XYZ multinational company that's going to come out there and upend all these companies, but it would be no difference. The question is, for the first time, I'm wondering, I see a future where blockchain is irrelevant. Like when you see the libertarian kind of Bitcoin maxi dystopian future of us in the zombie world, well, then blockchain seems a little more relevant. But when you see this AI, paradise where we all have these personal AIs doing all the boring tasks for us, I just don't see it. And so I was like, I don't know. I reduced some of my exposure. Am I an idiot? What do you think? Leave comments down below. As always, again, this is not investment advice. I'm not anything like that. This is just my personal experience. What do you think? Let me know. Is blockchain going to use, will AI assistants use blockchain? Will there ever be AI assistants? Why is my camera not focusing? Look at this.